Hello traders, we are on the Bitcoin trend again, and we can see that from the Bitcoin trend we can observe that the market has actually went to as high as 29465 as predicted in our previous analysis on Bitcoin. So we can see the markets now drifting, and those who could not manage their trade, a winning trade is becoming a losing trade. But stop loss has been determined in a certain region because of the structure of the market. So if you look critically at 90, that's where our analysis even did on Saturday, or was it Saturday or Sunday analysis on Bitcoin. So we can see that the market is actually down back to that entry of 90,000. So the market currently is within the range of 90,336 or 90,400 and something above Bitcoin. So let's be factual. If you look at it very well from the current price, this is the current price. So it is that's a 9388.06. That means 90,388.06 dollar per Bitcoin. So the structure of Bitcoin is still ranging. If it has a major resistance below 90,014, or we're saying 90,016, this is 19,000. Oh, that's 90,014.953 for 9.955. So that's becoming a strong support level. So market has not gone down there. So we still have the nature of bearish movement because market is becoming still on the lower time frame. So let's go back to higher time frame of daily. So we can see on the higher time frame of daily time frame, we see that yes, the trend is effective and we can adjust the trend. So everything is still moving within the trend line. So we can see that the trend line is effective in this regard. Now the trend line so if we see the trend line like this, we can see that yes, the peak is 944. The market is set to get to that 94418.27 because that's the risk, that's the highest for the previous weeks or days. Okay, so on the, you can check it from the highest point was achieved on December December 10th. Okay, so December 10th, that was the higher peak, and now we are in January 11th or so. So from the higher peak, it retouched, it gets to that second higher peak. So to show you that the level is higher, so we can see it now. They are making an equivalent position at January 5th. So at January 5th, it went as high as 94,433, sorry, per Bitcoin, 94,433. So that was the peak, and that's where we see this one coming after the bounce. We want to see if it can bounce from this particular level, which is a strong support level, because it's a support turning to resistance, or it's a resistance turning to support level, and we can see some levels of distance. So from the day, which was yesterday, that was our daily. Yesterday we saw some bullish movement. That was on the 11th of January 2026. We see bullish movement that went high but could not go higher. And today candles, which is the 12th, actually open at this place. It's open at 1995. That is the 9,959.00, and traded as high as 92. Okay, it's traded as high as 92,534.20. So as that, it means there's still room to get to that 94, but it stopped at that and started trading down, and it's now back to the zone at which we did the analysis. That's like it's coming close to the opening, it's now at the opening. It's below the opening of yesterday candle, but yesterday candle traded below up to 9. The win low is now 9 is around 90,100 or so. So we can see it that the price is still trading bearish, but we see that that level is a strong support level, and also we have a lower support level, which can be uh, 906, that is 9,063.30, 90,063. So that's like the support level mark. So we have a sort of a stop loss for the particular trade on it. You can see we have a trade on it and it's already running negative, and the trade was actually a positive trade, but it has changed to negative trade. So we see the bearish today, bearish candlestick still having a bearish pressure, and we have our stop loss at that's 89,754, 89,723, or 89,754.324. So when price get there, automatically close the trade, and we can see that bearish pressure will be still be coming in. But for now, I think the price can still have a higher movement. Let's go to a lower time frame of 4 hours. So look at it here. It's just a jump, and the market is respecting the level. The market has not done much on the breaking down of the structure. It's still trading in between, the channels, or in between the triangle we talk. So from here we can see a triangle. We can see a triangle here right now. There's a triangle on 4-hour time frame. So let me draw it out. We can see a triangle on 4-hour time frame. So if I put the trend line for the up line here like this, you can see we have a triangle for a lower time frame. So this kind of triangle, you see, it does why there was a retracement on this level. Let me give out illustration on this. So we can see that there was a retracement of the price here, because this level held, this level there was a spark. So that's why when the market of today gets to 92,484.99, it started retracing down. So about as it's coming down, you can see that this place is also a zone. Okay, so we discussed this zone last time, and we can see that the price will not easily break it down. So, and you can see it's also the same thing as the triangle, the triangle downward trend line. So you can see the triangle downward trend line here has a touch here, has a spark here, has a spark here. So this particular bearish movement is still within the consolidation region for the market. So we expect it to bounce off from there and start going up back. Okay, if there is a bounce up. So this place is significant for entries too. So in either way, if you break it and you did a retouch of it, we can see that the market will actually drastically drop again. So we are very, very watchful on Bitcoin, but we know Bitcoin is a bullish market, so it will prefer going higher than coming lower. But we know that anything is possible in the market. So let's go to a lower time frame and see if actually the market will stop at the point at which it is. That's the first support level. We have the first support level at 90,336.851, and the second one is 90,016.972. So you see the price still have a range. It has not gone down to that. So we still have that hope that the bullish market will still come back into this market. So let's go to 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time, as you can see, the 1 hour candle just opened. I don't know what's its current time now. Okay, it's 12 o'clock already from this time around. So each 1 o'clock, each okay, on the MetaTrader 5 each 1 o'clock the 4-hour candle change differently. Each 4 o'clock the 4-hour candlestick change, another one is being formed. A market can be so volatile or sentimental in that period of time, so you'll be watchful. So we have 9 o'clock to each 9 o'clock like that. So it remains 1 hour and 1 hour. That means if it is 1 o'clock, the 4-hour candle will be fully formed. Probably will be formed bullish and bearish, and then there will be a reversal candle, or it will continue. But it has a setup. So but the setup is still within the support level. So we don't know how it will close yet, but I believe it will close bearish, and the next candlestick that will form might just be a bullish candle. So let's go back to 1 hour. You see, to the 1 hour just open, which is 12 o'clock candlestick, in the midst of an inside pin bar, is trying to retrace backward. So we can see that a support can hold even from what the structure line we can see on the 4 hour. Let me draw the structure line. You can see there's a resistance in this level, although it's becoming ascending, that's sloping upward. We see another resistance, and so there's high chance that there might be just a resistance there, and the market will continue going up, and the market will continue going up. So we can see it's very, very determined to see that there has been a resistance here, a resistance here, a resistance here, a resistance here, but that does not mean that price cannot get to at least this play before it starts going up. So because of the space we can see in between this place is a free market zone. Or if the market can sell and break below it, we can see that it will drop. If it drop below 19016.97, we can see yes, is a conclusion of a bearish inflow, and the market will go down. But for now, we see that there might just be a retracement at this current price. So it's still within the trend lines, and also the horizontal or diagonal diagonal, that's a ascending channel, we call it triangle, ascending triangle lines of the lower time frame. So we can see of the lower trend line. So we can see how the market respect this line. So there's a high chance that that line can also be respected when it comes to bullish movement. So that's what the 1 hour is telling us. Let's go to, and that's how we can pick our entry. So if you want to pick your entry from this 1 hour, you have to wait that you see a bullish engulfing or a pin bar setups, because we still have the pressure coming, neglecting that the pressure is very close to the support level, but it is there because I can see an inside pin bar, which is also a strong but bearish setups. So we can see that's the inside pin bar there. Let me zoom in so you can see this is the one in this particular place where we have our trend lines. So we can see that the markets from here, so this is the pin bar. You can see the pin bar here. This is the pin bar. This particular candlestick is the pin bar. So, and if you have a pin bar like that, and we have an inside pin bar, that means it become an inside two candle, because there's an bearish pressure coming in. Okay, so if you look at this particular one before that one opened, you can see that the market is actually an inside pin bar because of this particular candle. So which is a bearish setup that shows that the market can go down, but because of this particular resistance here, it will find it difficult to execute this kind of setup. So we want to see if it doesn't, there's a chances that it will just go sag up, but if it does, it will sell. So very good tactical improvement. So how do you enter? For those who want to still trade the market, if you want to enter, you must be a good scalper. So you want to enter, you must make sure that you are entering when the market is in your advantage. So you pick your entry from here. Okay, this lower, so the entry should be above this particular pin bar, because it's the power. So we look at it from taking it down to this below this particular price region of how much. So you can check the price region. I think it's below 91040.30. So 91040.3 can be an entry for triggering a bullish movement upward. If you can see the market in this particular order, if the market has an entry in this place, you can calculate a good risk to reward ratio if you are exiting in this place. So we see, so we have what is the risk to reward ratio. You can calculate the distance between this place and this place, you understand? So, and that place, so that will be your distance. So if you use that anyway, where do you now drop your stop loss? So your stop loss can be below this place, you see. So how much is your stop loss? Your stop loss is below 90 336.84. So you pick an entry there, stop loss there. So if the market can go as higher as that, so you see the difference between here and here is almost 1 to ratio to risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio. So we have risk to reward. So you see, that's it. So it's very easy. You can know how much you are setting up. So if you can go to 15 minutes and see what is happening. So the 15 minutes also shows that the market is below. So you know there's a rule that says what you buy when the market had already sell. You understand? So buy low and sell high. So from this chart now, this one is telling us that we can easily see that this is the low of the charts and this is the high of the chart from our preview, from what we can see. So we have a distance move of this, you understand, and from there. So if eventually market move, we can, the only thing that we will want to pick our entry above this place, so you cut it short. Okay, so if the entry is above that place, because so that's like entry around that place. So if we enter, for those who want to enter, I'm explaining an entry for our VIPs. It's a Telegram group. So we have this. So you are targeting this as a difference in your pips. So if you target it as a difference in your pip, maybe even targeting as high at that level, because that's where it is. So that's your profit. Then this place become your stop loss from here like this down below to this place. So we are giving you a perfect entry for those who want to enter the market now. So you can see the difference between here and there is a huge difference, ratio 1 to 2. So it's a good trade setup. If you want to have a setup, you wait for the setup. So we have ratio, risk to reward ratio. Okay, risk to reward. So you're risking 1 to make 2. So you see, so it's a good to risk. So if you're risking, let's say $30 on this particular trade, you're supposed to get like $60 as your money. That is it. Okay. So you see, so it's very important that we know where our threshold is and we can put any amount. So you can make any amount of money based on the trading setup and how it is. So thank you very much for those who are here to join our VIP signal room. Join our VIP signal room now. We'll be sharing this timely signal before it gets to the public. You will have access to it and you can make your decision. Also, we drop signals analysis for winning trade. So see you some other trading time. Bye for now.